Hi, and welcome to my presentation, Tools for Teachers. This is Joe Bedingfield. You can follow along here at my presentation tool. Everything's online. My presentation and the link to my presentation in my feedback form. For a website I created for my Bowling Green graduate class. The first thing I'm going to talk about is video downloads. Now I'm going to preference this whole presentation and say my whole goal is to give you one item that you can take back to your district and use, maybe that you didn't know or you thought that was pretty useful. So I'm going to have different tools that I'm going to show you that I use and I find useful on a daily basis. The first one is called video downloads. This is really easy. You just go to a video that you like. It doesn't have to play, but you just type in SS before the Y. It automatically takes you to a site called Save from Net. It takes a few seconds to convert the video, and then you hit download, and it downloads. The next tool that I'm going to show you is the Chrome extension or Chrome app. It's called Fast Video Downloader, and you can get it in the web Chrome store over here in the Chrome browser. And what it does is, maybe you're outside of YouTube and you find a video you like.
20 things we should say more often.
You go over to
Number 20. Thank you.
Fast Video
And
Download.
not just on Thanksgiving.
You hit download.
Everything. Number 19. Excuse me. Number 18. Here's a surprise corn dog that I bought you because you're my friend. There'll be more corn dogs, more happy people. This is a good idea. Corn dog for you. Corn dog.
And it downloads. And that was pretty fast. You know, it was a 3-minute video that downloaded in 3 seconds. So those are my two favorite ways to download videos. Sticking with videos, I'm going to show you screencastify. It's also a Chrome extension app. You can share it in Google Drive with students. If you want to tape a lesson, you can just go to Chrome Store again. I already added it, so it's already here. And this is the extension right there. You can see my microphone's already turned on. I hit start recording, and then it's going to go ahead and record. There's some new features that you can do. You could actually write on your lesson if you need to, which is neat. You can erase, obviously. A little messy, but if you're doing math, you can do the entire document. You can use it as a big pointer, point out some of your clicks, and when I'm done, I go up here and I hit stop, and it's going to take me to, and then it's going to go ahead video or lesson that just recorded. Clicks, I go up here and then I name it. Once it's named, which I can click on and share, but then make sure it's Google Drive. You can do YouTube. I can make it public. I can make it private. Probably want to change that to only people who have the link, or people in my district, and then I want to save it. When I go to my drive, it might not show up right away, but there it is, and I can control click and hit share and share it with my students. That is an easy way to record a lesson. Get back here. My other easy way to record a lesson is screencast-o-matic, which you'd have to download and record 15 minutes. Screencastify can only do 10 unless you pay. I don't like paying though. And there it is. And I hit start recording. I could have a login if I needed to. As you can see, it's coming up here. Recorder launched. And then you can make your adjustments to your screen. If you want the full screen, you can drag it. I'm just going to leave it like that. And then it'll tell you your basic time, since you're on basic, what kind of dimensions you want. And you can see my microphone. If you want your face in it, you can do that too. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go record something for you. And I'm going to go to my presentation. I'm going to click things and go back. And then I'm just going to record just this for you. And when I'm done, I'll hit pause. And I'll hit done. And it'll take me here. I'm going to go to my presentation. You see the yellows when you click things. Show me where my mouse is. Once I'm on the screen, I could upload to YouTube. I could upload it to Screencast-o-matic, but I'm going to save it to a file because maybe you don't have a YouTube channel, and I'm going to publish it, but I need to name it. I'm just going to name it Practice Recording and hit publish. And it's going to publish it right to my desktop, and then I can easily take that, which my desktop is pretty busy right now, and drag it into that same folder, and it's going to upload. And once it's uploaded, right there, I could easily share it with my students. You know, whatever. So that is Screencast-o-matic, and it's very easy to use. That's an easy way to record your lessons. My other ones that I'm going to show you, Easy Bib. I'm just going to go new document. Let's just say I had to do a works cited page. And these are all Google add-ons that I'm going to show you in this series. So works cited. And I'm going to go tools. Nope, I'm going to go over and get add-ons. I'm going to type in Easy Bib, which I already have. So once I have it installed, I'm going to install it, and then I'm going to go to manage my bibliography. I want to make sure that I choose MLA right now, and let's just say that I wanted to bookmark this site, which is just my site, so it probably won't give much information. and I just put it in there. I select it. There's one. Let's go to Utopia. I'm just going to go to another resource that's a little more credible and copy that link. And what I like about this is when I paste it in there and hit search, I select it, it'll add there, and I add, and it automatically puts it in there for me or my students. More importantly, my students. No more going to the library and searching through how to do that. Not that kids have done that in a while, but that is a very easy add-on. Favorite add-on with that. Let's say this was a student narrative and it had all kinds of writing on it, and they turned it in. Even if you don't use Google Classroom right now, this is really neat. But I'm going to go ahead and find my rubric that's already in my drive that I created, because I create my own. I'm going to select all and copy it. Make sure your first column is called rubric categories, and then I am going to go to add-ons, orange slice, score rubric, and it's saying that I need a rubric. Well, I'm going to paste my rubric in, and you can also customize it here. So I need to go back and do it again. This time it should find it, which it did, because you can see it's different now because I've made it. So analysis is kind of how I have it set up. I don't have it holistic. How many points is it? It's out of 100 because there's 5 columns and 4 rows. So just to 20 points, and I hit finished, and then I am ready to grade. So now I process the grade, and let's say this is actually the narrative. Let's say it's 3 paragraphs. I easily just go choose how I want to score the student's essay, and I hit process grade, and it'll highlight right on the document. So when the student logs in, they'll see their score, and they'll see the highlighted rubric. It's a very neat tool, and if you have Google Classroom, it works with that as well. Now this other one, I'm going to let you click on that and go to my September tools to get my video on how to use AutoCAD, how I use AutoCAD. If there's more time in the session, I will show you, but I'm going to move on to some other useful websites such as Newsela, which I already have open. Let me show you how Newsela works. Once you have a login, you can assign a class informational text to read, current event. Over here on the right, you'll notice that the Lexile reading level, you can change it, and the students can change it for each article they read. And then there's a quiz for most articles, which goes through. I'm in the teacher mode, so it's showing me some of the answers. It's a really neat website. It does have a paid version of it, but there's also a free version, which I'm on the free version right now. And it's kind of neat to search the articles and all the different categories and change the reading levels for your students. Gives you all the, has some Spanish articles as well for the ELL students that you can assign to them. So it's a very useful informational text tool for teachers. Photo Flexor is a really neat tool as well. It's a poor man's Photoshop. It's a free tool that, you know, students don't have Photoshop at home, but you they easily can find a photo and select it. It'll upload. You can see that you can crop it, which really is not a big deal, I guess. Resize the image, flip it. You can add effects. One of my favorite effects is color splash. It's a real easy tool for students to use. Elementary students would have a lot of fun with that as well. And you can see the color coming back into the picture while the other is black and white. And then you can apply it and add other animations. You can draw on it, add text. And anyways, you get the idea. This is PhotoFlex. My other favorite website is brainstorming website. I use a lot for pre-writing. Students will go in here sometimes to revamp their notes or do pre-writing. So you can start with the title and then go down to maybe the first paragraph and then write all second paragraph, third paragraph, and then anytime that you hit tab, it goes underneath. I think I spelled some things wrong there. I'm going kind of fast. But if you have a sign-in, you can save like up to 3, and you can zoom it in to see better. There's all kinds of, like, you can add links. So you could do, this would be great for science as well. Tool that I'm going to share will be on my webpage. We're going to try this out in my session. It's Twitter baseball. Basically, you create a hashtag for the game. Try to make it specific so nobody else is using your hashtag, so you can easily see students' devices. You can have students use your own Twitter accounts or set up your own Twitter accounts for your classrooms. We have 5 iPad minis that we use, and they all have Twitter accounts on them. The person holding the device is the batter. The group members can help with answering. This works great when all the group members are in the same Google Doc, and it shows up on the person who's tweeting out the answer, so they can collaborate and come to a group consensus and help each other out, work as a group. Basically play 9 innings, which is 9 questions. You can play more if you want. first correct answer is a home run. I keep score on the whiteboard. Each team name, each Twitter name. If you didn't have iPads, you could have the students bring in their own devices and you can put your own spin on the game. And then you get a triple for if you're the second group that answers correctly, a double for the third, and a single for the following answers on the Twitter timeline. Whoever's first, second, third, and it has to be correct. Incorrect answer or fifth place, the last person to answer is out. You play 9 innings just like baseball. 3 outs clears the bases, so you might have 2 people on and you already had 2 outs, 2 incorrect answers, and your third person comes up to bat or they tweet out and it's incorrect. It clears the bases. There's no more runners on the base, and you go to the next question. If you get a double, it carries over to the next question. If you get a double and then the next person gets a home run, that's 2 runs for the team. If a group tweets at another group correcting their mistake, it's another runner or an extra run for that group. So, if you get first place and you correct someone who got it incorrect, then it comes, instead of a single home run, it's a 2-run home run, which is kind of nice. So kids really enjoy it. So it's just an idea I had to incorporate social media in my classroom. This is something I love. It's called Google Voice. I use this to give out a number to people I don't want to talk to, really, or parents. They can leave me a message anytime they like it, or salespeople. So they just leave me a number and it shows up in my voicemail, and then I can call them back using that same number, so they never have my number. And I use Talkatone app to set my number up. You can watch this video online right here on my webpage to set all this up. Last tool I use is Digo. It's a social bookmarking tool. Keeps my passwords together. I'm pretty sure it's safe because hit the lock button and nobody can see it. If you don't hit the lock button, then anyone can see it. So basically, if I want to save a password, what I do is to a website is I go to my web extension bar and I click on Digo and I hit save, and what I'll do is put username in the description, and then this is not my username, by the way. So once I have that, I hit this button called private and I hit BGSU, so I know that's my tag, and basically I can easily hit save and it'll save it, and then when I go to look at it in my library and I hit update, it's right there and I can easily see it's locked, username, password, good to go. Line, and you wanted to highlight something and you had the web Chrome extension and you hit highlight, it would highlight it for you, and then when you go back into your Digo library, it's there and it has your highlighted notes, and if you don't need it, then you just delete it. Students use this all the time for research. It seems to be very helpful when reading those articles. It also will create an outline, outliners for you. It's a very neat tool, especially with students researching so much online nowadays. This is not a new tool, but it's a very useful tool. My contact information is there. Please fill out the feedback form on the website. You can follow me on Twitter or ask questions on Twitter, and then also you can go to my tech blog, which website's right there, and I try to do 1 tech tip a month. I have a few here, a few on my YouTube channel, which is just Coach Bedingfield, all one word, and on our 8th grade wiki, I also have a complete list of tech tips from like 3 years of once a month for 3 years. I hope you got something out of today's professional development. I know I did. And thanks for attending my session, either online and in person.